So this year we have study tour program in South Korea. And then this study tour program is a little bit different than usual study tour program we have done before, because we're going to work with Dankook University's International Summer Program. So it's not 2 weeks or 10 days program, it's 4 weeks program. So let me explain little by little, step by step. Okay, let me first explain, briefly about South Korea. South Korea is famous with textile industry and fashion industry. So textile industry of South Korea is ranked as the 12th, the largest industry in the world. And then we exported, South Korean textile industry exported a lot, like a amount is about $14 billion. And the fashion industry is really huge as well. And then Korean people are really, sensitive about their appearance and then outfit all the time, especially in Seoul. So we can see those kind of, the fashion trends so easily in Seoul. And then we can go to, so that's why we have textile museum and then the fashion related museums in South Korea. And then DTC Textile Museum is one of the famous textile museum in Korea, which is in Daegu, not in Seoul, because Daegu is the really has a really great infrastructure and then supply chain of textile industry and fashion industry there. So we can see a lot of the dyeing and then textile and then the factories there, a lot of factories there. And then they have really famous textile museum there. It is really good to see some traditional Korean textile and then fashion items, as well as we can see innovative technologies they apply to that industry. And also K-pop is the center of South Korea in these days. So K-pop industry is really huge. And this K-pop merchandise industry is also really, making really great. The size of market in these days. And also most of famous and they really huge entertainment companies have their own museum like that. HYBE is the entertainment company of BTS. So they make, the HYBE Inside Museum. So they show up some collection of BTS or other idol boy group in Korea. So it's really good to look around. And then we can also go to some, the traditional palace to look around about, the traditional architecture. And then Bukchon Hanok village is also really famous to go around, look around some Korean traditional architecture there. So Korean people are living there, in real. And then medical facilities are really good. It's accessible. And then it's cheaper than other countries. And then we don't even need to make appointments sometimes. And then public transportation is also convenient and then pretty cheaper than other countries as well. And then faster. And then we have a lot of 24/7 stores, And then even in, there's just one campus, there are several 24 stores there. So it's really good to see, good to buy some, the food or other stuffs. So this year's study tour program is the kind of summer study abroad program, something like that, because we are going to go to Dankook University's International Summer School. Dankook University's International Summer School is they have more than 10 years of experience. So except that, the COVID pandemic period for last 2 years, they usually have 200 to 300 American students, undergrad students from the United States. So we just made MOU with Dankook University this year. So we're going to be in their membership schools. So that means in this international summer program, student can make some network, not only with Korean people, but also with other, the American students from other schools. So that is really great the opportunities as well. And then DK International Summer Program consists of those three programs: Global Village, Academic Program, and Korean Immersion Program. So you can access to this website, and then you can see their resources and then their programs in detail. This DKU International Summer Program is located in Jukjeon in Gyeonggi Province. It's really near to Seoul. So it takes 30 minutes by public transportation. And then class schedule will start from July 10th to August 3rd. And then you can move in their dormitory in July 8th, and the orientation will be in July 10th. And then there should be, the crowded people there, students from the United States and other even countries. And then they start their class from July 10th. And then don't move up is after August 3rd. So that is, the 4 weeks program. Then you can take 3 credits. And then these are class schedule. So they start their class from July 11th, not 10th. And then they have some classes like that. Those are example of the classes they usually open during this international summer program. So from such as East Asian studies, and then some business classes, and then fashion classes, and then IT classes or social science classes. So student can take 3 credits. And then besides that, they provide really diverse, interesting cultural activities. So they haven't finalized what kind of, the cultural activities they are going to provide this year, but they usually provide those activities to students. Korean knots, Korean traditional music, K-pop dance, and then Taekwondo, temple stay, and so on. So they can provide those cultural activities every weekend, and then after every day's classes. It's really interesting. Interesting experience for students. I have taught some, the Kent University students before in this program, and then they satisfied a lot with those, not with their credit, the courses they are taking. They are satisfied a lot with those, the cultural activities like Taekwondo and then any traditional some activities. And then it's also pretty cheaper at the fee. It is out of pocket, the fee. That means, the student need to pay for each of those cultural activities, which is not included in, the total, the fee, credit fee, course fee, but it's not that expensive anyhow. It's like in case of temple stay, it takes 2 days and 3 nights, and then it's $115,000. And then besides that,
what is that?
It is it's like $150 amount. And then, but that is, the 2 days and the 3 nights program. Besides that, for every other cultural activities, student need to pay $40 or $50. Some of other, the activities, student need to pay some $30 or $25 like that. And then student can stay in this, the Dankook University's dormitory for the undergrad student is, that is included in our total fee. So the usual dormitory has the dorms are 2 single beds. So it's pretty clean. My student at that time, they told me like, hey, dorms are great. Their condition is really, really good. And then there is free Wi-Fi there, and then, the bathroom, and then bedding is clean, and then everything is is in there. And then limited number of single rooms will be also available for some, some of students who want to stay in the single room, but it's not free. Not free. I mean, it's not included in the total fee. So if you want to stay in single room, you need to pay by yourself. I mean, the more fee than the 2 single beds. And so besides those, the dormitory and the classes, courses taking, student need to pay for their meal, but it's not that expensive, as you can see here. 5,000 Korean won means $5. And then 8,000 Korean won means $8, like that. So they have McDonald's as well, and then Starbucks. And then they also provide internship opportunity for the students who joining this, the international summer program. So that internship opportunity, it is called Global Village. Global Village program start from June 20th till July 7th, 3 weeks program. So, but thing is that students first need to apply for this internship to the Dangun University. And then they may require some introduction video of students. And then if you got that internship opportunity there, and then they pay for that 3 weeks, I think for one, how much was that? 10,000?
You mentioned $1,000.
$1,000, yes. And then, so this internship, Global Village internship, means the program is for students to teach English to Korean students for 3 weeks. So it's just that doesn't sound really difficult or complicated. So anyhow, total budget for this program is $7,310. So approximately. So there can be some, the changes. They can be, that they can be reduced a little bit, not increase. Anyhow.
Can you zoom in on that? Can you go back that one? Go back to that one page and zoom in, so we can see
this one.
Yeah, the budget. Yeah.
See, how can I do that? Zoom.
Oh. Okay. We'll share the PowerPoint.
Yeah, but I have detail in next slide. Like that. So program cost, including program cost, the education abroad fee, and the international health insurance is $3,930. And then besides that, other costs will be $3,380. That is the out-of-pocket fee from this for the students. So that includes flight fee and the food, living costs, except that dormitory part, and then public transportation and then cultural activities. And then if you get that internship from the Global Village, $1,000 will be provided, will be given. And then application deadline is March 8th, and then commitment deposit deadline is March 15th. And then we will share this PowerPoint slide for students, so you can see more details after that. So, any questions, Sarah?
I don't really think I have very many questions about, I guess, what would be going on when I was over there now.
Okay, let me show you this. This is their website. Can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
And then once you get into their website, you can see their program like that. We already I want to move this. Okay. We already have, look through all of those, the program. And then this is academic program is our main part for this study tour program, right? And then they usually open those courses. They already finalized those courses to open in this summer. History of Korea, International Business Planning, and then Korean language, International Geography, theories of math and method of language, and then sustainable innovation, and then something like that. And then TMFD also will open open our program there, faculty-led program, if we have 10 students. So that means, besides Surin and me, other faculty member can be there to teach one of our courses, TMFD courses. And then besides TMFD course, you can also take those courses as well. And then those are courses they are going to open. And then Global Village is here. So this is really a great opportunity to not only to make the money, but also to get the network with Korean students there. And then so as you can see here, you first need to apply for this internship the opportunity to them. So this is the way how to apply for this program. So you just need to upload your introduction video in English for sure. And then, so you can teach this English to 3 to 4 Korean students. And then like this much, 2.5 hours for 12 days. So you can adjust the schedule plus tutoring schedule for Korean students with this, the global education team in Dankook University. And then those are benefit. Scholarship is $1,000. They can cover your the flight fee, the part of your flight fee. And then they can also provide the internship certificate to the students. And then there should be also some orientation for the students who were accepted that program. And then those are some schedule of cultural activities, and then what kind of the cultural activities they are going to provide in this year. Korean craft, K-pop dance, Korean traditional music, and taekwondo. And then there are also some kind of off-campus activities like that. And then if we can open the faculty-led program, then TMFD faculty can also make some field trip and then guest speaking session for our students. So we can visit some the famous fashion stores in Seoul, or we can also visit some factories and then or some companies, fashion companies or textile companies. And then we can also invite some guest speakers from Korean industry as well. And then you can also find out some the YouTube video. The American students who was in Dankook University's International Summer Program. They EKU. When you type down International Summer Program like that, there are tons of the YouTube videos uploaded like that. So let me show you this. So you can find out those, the videos by yourself if you are wondering about something. So they visited to some, the traditional place using the Dankook University's shuttle bus. That is K-pop dance program.
Can you put the link in the chat?
And then most of my students, when I, they taught that Kent University students there, most of my students are really, dissatisfied with that temple stay experience. But besides that, there are a lot more diverse, the experience you can get from this program.
So a couple of questions that come up for me are, hold on. The internship do you think that could translate for our internship? And so students wouldn't necessarily have to take an internship as well? Seren, do you know?
Yeah, if they get accepted, I think we have to review with Sandra together about it to make sure. But Sandra gave early positive response that it's quite possible that it can meet the requirements of internship. But this is basically an add-on to the program. So if some students are interested in applying and go earlier than the program to do the internship, and then potentially they can meet the internship requirements. But if any students apply and are accepted, we'll make sure to work with Sandra to make sure this internship qualifies for the credit. And one more thing to note is that I know Dankook University also mentioned they're having a buddy system. So they are going to assign a Korean student as a buddy to take care of all the international students. So while we are planning other additional activities to visit field sites and then have guest speakers and so on, the Korean students will also help all the international students to navigate local cultures and help with the long-term stay.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Yes.
awesome.
So to go to sometimes, the doctor's office, the Korean buddies can go there with you guys.
So another question that we get a lot from students is, do they get to select their roommates?
I don't know about that. Let me ask to Dankook University about that, but that's pretty positive to select their, the roommate by themselves.
And
if we can talk to them, the in advance.
Oh yeah. Do you think it's a significant amount of dollar amount difference if they want their own room?
Yes, they said
Okay.
it's quite expensive, more expensive than the two single bed room.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the cultural experience is engaging students, right? And having those cultural experiences where you're engaging culture differently instead of kind of isolating yourself. And so I think that is actually a really positive of the trip, because it really pushes students into having a really cultural experience with people different from yourself. And I think, Sarah, I think this is unique from other trips, because a lot of times in the trips, you stay really close to the groups that you're going out with. And this one will help you integrate into the culture and college life community. And I love this idea that that the university is offering students to, be cultural liaisons, because then you can go out with them and have additional cultural experiences outside of what is being offered here, which is so unique from lots of other study abroads, because then you're going out with people who are going to make sure you're safe. And that's really cool. So you'd be able to go out with students, understand what college life is with students, go have cultural experiences, and you don't always have to worry about Seren and the young behind your back, right? Making sure you're doing everything right. That it really offers a different sense of freedom while also an intense sense of security, right? Where you're going to be safe. It's super cool.
Yeah, that's way cool.
And then Surin and I have some years of industry experience in South Korea. So we can, we can make a schedule to visit, the Korean fashion industry companies and the factories. I mean, famous, the stores like that. So we can be there for those each visit all together with the students.
And that's really one of the advantages too, because here you have two incredible experts who were in the industry in South Korea, right? I mean, they have the connections. And so I think that's unique too, because then you're going to have additional experiences that you will never have if you just went as a student at the university or just visiting. And so the access that they can give you to some of the things you're interested in is going to be really awesome. Like, super cool, and may help you make connections after graduation, right? Connections to industry partners that may lead to jobs or may lead to other types of referrals for other types of jobs, right? This industry is about who you know. It's about connection a lot of times. And here you have two experts who are experts and have connections in Seoul and in this industry, which is awesome.
Yeah, yeah, fashion industry is very much developed in Seoul, so and globally. So I think it will be a great experience to experience that industry in Seoul. And Nayeon pushed very hard to have this partnership, have this MOU, so the students can have these unique experiences beyond this, traditional 2-week study tour type, but really allowing students to have a unique local experience as well.
Surin, what about that MOU benefit? Like, any financial benefits student can get from that MOU?
Yeah, so that's late into the program. So even though it's 1-month program, we worked hard to make sure that this is affordable for students, and it's less than $4,000 in all the program fee, because of MOU, they're giving financial discounts for our students. That's all baked into the budget. And for out-of-pocket cost, you probably noticed that that's quite high, but that's also because we overestimate a lot of things, because we want to make sure that students bring certain amount, and then you don't want to make them to run out or have to spend more money. So we a lot of times we overestimate flight cost, overestimated, and so on. But the program cost is very affordable and covering the whole month of all the credits, experiences, and so on.
Yeah, that's awesome, Surin.
Sarah, so based on the conversations that you've had with other students, are there questions that we can help answer for them through you?
Well, a lot of the students that I know went on the Germany study tour. So I'm not quite sure how I would be able to reach out to other students, just because I'm usually with my same friends, I guess, in the classes.
Yeah. Yeah. That I'm as jealous as Paul is, because I got to go on the Berlin study tour, and to be able to go and be immersed in the culture, it is one of my things that I want to do. It's on my bucket list, and so if we have enough students, maybe I can attend. We'll see.
Well, in South Korea is the bucket list for me. I've been to so many different countries, but I think South Korea is a gem. It's really kind of a place where it's so technologically advanced, and there's so much industry, but also there's so much history and cultural history. Like, we're talking thousands and thousands of years. It's not like Europe or the United States or South America, where we're talking hundreds of years. We're talking just an immense history and history with other countries around, South Korea as well, that's so intertwined. And so that cultural experience will be really amazing.
You should come with us, Paul.
I want to go.
We're fighting right now for
Yeah,
a
you should
stand.
come. Yeah, and Sarah, and we'll also work once we have all the completed applications. We will work with everyone. You will be able to meet other students as well and work with everyone to get prepared for the trip. So no worries.
Okay. Awesome, Sarah. Do you have any other questions before we end?
It's more just about the internship, because I guess when I talked to my advisor, I thought that it was either or, like the internship or studying abroad with your program. So is that like they've added on, you have to have both, or it's just it is more beneficial in the long run to have both?
I can speak to that. Yeah, so the internship, it would just count as an elective for you. But just based on what Nayoung was saying, is that's an experience that really it's tutoring. I mean, it's tutoring on that you get a certificate, so that sets you above and beyond other students that are going out in there. So even though it is just going to be used as a elective, it's invaluable in fact that you get a certificate, because we don't do that with our internship. So,
Okay.
but yes, you're right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then is there a way that I could, is it just on the website? Because I wrote down the website, but to find like all of that, because that is like a deadline before, I just find that on the website, or is there a way that we could like post it in like the chat or something?
Yeah.
It should be in the My World application. The
In the My
budget
World.
should be posted there
Yep.
now.
And if you can,
Okay.
Nayoung, if you can share your PowerPoint, and maybe Shannon can share a link, to the
Perfect.
My World. In My World, it's very complete now. Has the budget and
Okay.
and how you can apply, and the deadlines are up there, and all of that. So your first step would be fill out the application, which you've already done. Next step would be paying that deposit.
Okay.
And then after that, you'll be meeting with Seren and Nayoung and talking about the exact details.
Okay. And then as far as paying that deposit, because we have to have at least, like most likely we'll have to have 10 students go. Oh, she said in the chat to wait to pay.
Yeah,
Okay,
but even if
that's
you
perfect.
submit it by 3/9 and then there's not enough, you'll get it back. Like if the trip doesn't go,
Okay.
you're not going to lose out on the deposit. And so
Okay.
some students just pay the deposit, and then if the trip doesn't go, they reimburse you that deposit amount. But you can wait until after 3/9, March 9th, to pay the deposit. And sometimes Brad wants you to wait until that deadline anyway. So
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Sarah,
encourage friends.
can you email me?
Yeah.
Then I can share my
Yeah.
PowerPoint slide with you. Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Malaysia will share, our PowerPoint slide in some on Canvas maybe. Would that be possible?
Yeah, I can share it in, when I send the recording, I'll share the PowerPoint as well.
Yeah. Then if you Sarah email me, then I will share, the PowerPoint slide separately.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Sarah, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.